Hello, my name is Nature Naomi, and I come to you from the Nottawasaga Valley Conservation Authority. You might be familiar with our main center, which is the Tiffin Center. Now, I'm an outdoor educator, which means I like to get out into nature, and I've been asked by the City of Barrie to come on out and create a video for families in Barrie so that they might also enjoy getting out into nature and doing some of the things I like to do. This is all part of Winter Fest. All throughout February, you can check in with their website and grab all sorts of great ideas to get you outside. It's a great time, especially now, to get out and build our resilience out in nature. We're going to be tracking animals. It's a lot of fun, but oftentimes we're not lucky enough to see them because they're very good at making sure that they avoid us. So the next best thing is to look for the tracks that they've left behind. Their paw tracks, their pads through the snow, their nibble marks on branches and claw marks on trees, maybe their old nests or their nests in the trees that are called drays for squirrels. There's lots of stuff to see once you start using your wildlife detective eyes. Tom Brown is an American naturalist who says that learning how to track animals is a lot like learning how to read. We start with the alphabet. We start off simple, and gradually you can put those clues together from the alphabet to make words and then read sentences and books. It's much the same. So when you look at the ground, it's as if it's a book telling you the history of where that animal has gone and what it's done. So you have to learn how to read it. So we're going to start small. I want to remind you, though, that learning how to track comes with some responsibility as well. Please remember that especially in winter, animals are working hard at just surviving. So you don't want to follow tracks right up to some animal's den or home because it stresses them out. And it might make them run away, and it might make them leave their den. And they need to save all of their energy just to get through winter. Please remember that we are guests in their habitat and to only leave your footprints. Take your garbage out with you as well. We are visiting their home, and whenever a wild animal interacts with a human, it always ends badly for the wild animal. So that's your responsibility. Respect the habitats you visit. Let's go see what we can find. Heading off, find out what we can see. Also, you're going to want to get off the path. Can you hear the crunching of the snow? Now this is interesting. Take a look at that snow. See all of the snow that has not been stepped on. Which path did I take? I took the one already traveled, because it was easier. Animals do that too. Here are Raccoon Tracks. Now if you have your worksheet that I shared, you know that raccoons have how many toes? 5. 5 on the front, 5 on the back. At the top of this page, one of the things we want to look at when figuring out what kind of animal it is how does it move? What is its gait? Now a raccoon is a shuffler or a waddler. And they usually drag their bellies and they move the one side of their body at the same time. So take a look. Here's the back. Sorry, this is the smaller front foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because they have the opposable thumb, they kind of look like a human hand. Same thing. The larger hind foot with kind of a pointy heel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and under on this side, 5. So just follow these tracks. You see the next one? The one with the longer, pointier heel is which? The front or the back? That's right, it's the hind foot, the larger foot. And then the smaller one right beside it would be its front foot. And this animal shuffled or waddled all the way over there where there's water. Raccoon tracks are often near water. So How does a raccoon move? They shuffle, they have 5 toes, and they sometimes will drag their body. They're slower movers. Here we have some rabbit tracks. Rabbits land with their back larger feet in front of them. And they kind of make a Y shape. Now this is a smaller bunny in deeper snow, and so you don't see it as much as you would if you could see all 4 paws. But oftentimes you'll find that there's another paw right here. And to me, it looks a lot like the letter Y. That's usually how I tell the difference between the 2 main hoppers we have, squirrels and rabbits. Rabbits land with their front paws, one in front of the other. So these are their front paws, one in front of the other, and their back legs have come in front. Let's find a squirrel track to compare them. Now here's a good track. We have 4 feet landing side by side. Now this is not a walker, it's not a bounder, this is a leaper or hopper. You can see again the hind feet are larger than the front feet, and both sets of feet are side by side. Now the back feet have how many toes? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the corner. But the front feet only have 4. 4 toes in the front, 5 in the back. Now back to the sheet I shared. So they are leapers or hoppers, bigger back feet. The front feet land first, and the back feet land in front of them. Now that's not the case with this one. The back feet are back. I think it has something to do with this tree that it's now climbing up. So in this case, the front feet are in front. So this is a very small creature. You look at the stride, the distance between each set of prints, and it's not too big. How big is it? Let me show you. Okay, one thing I like to take is a ruler of sorts so I can measure to help me figure out who's making these tracks. So I found a stick already broken, and I broke it up further. If you take a look, there's 4 little prints there that make it look like one track, but it's actually 4 small feet. And that line that follows each little hop of this creature is what, do you suppose? Why would there be a line behind each hop of this small creature? It's its tail. It's just dragging its tail each hop as it goes along. Now take a look at my measuring stick. So it's about 5 centimeters for the actual print of 4 feet. And it's about 12 centimeters between each hop. Now usually this creature would like to be under the snow, and there's a couple of deeper spots where it looks like it might have been digging down. But it's staying on top of the snow. It's kind of exposed that way. Who do you suppose might see this small mammal? Yeah, bird of prey could easily spot it on top of the snow and swoop down. That's why they usually like to stay underneath the snow, which keeps them warmer too. Can you see the difference? They're both made from small mammals in the snow, but they're obviously very different. We can see that we have the animal we saw earlier with the long tail, but something else climbing on top of the snow, same size, but is not hopping. It's kind of just crawling along, trying to find its way without going too far, too fast. So you can tell by the ruler, these are really small tracks. Each little set of tracks is about 3 centimeters, and it's crawling along. So the one we saw earlier with the tail is a mouse that hops along, but this is most likely a shrew or a mole. Now, shrews and moles are both insectivores, so they like to eat insects. They usually hang out closer to the soil, but they do have to travel, and so sometimes they come up. And they don't have very good eyesight. Imagine how you would move if you couldn't see. You might crawl along too. So this is either a mole or a shrew with poor eyesight who's crawling along to find their way. Here's a hole at the bottom of a tree. And you can see that something goes in and out. See how the snow around is pushed down? And there's that bark again. Now the bark is from underneath in its burrow, which it's built up in the warmer weather. If you look deeper inside, you can see it goes into the tree at the bottom. Let's play a game. Let's play a game called Can You See My Chickadee? Now these are two little stuffy birds, and one bird is very bright and probably sort of easy to see, and one is white, same color as snow, and a bit of dark black and gray, and so probably harder to see. I'm going to hide these, and then I'm going to film slowly, and you see if you can use your wildlife detective eyes to pick out the two birds. I'm betting I know which one you'll find first. What do you think? Can you see my chickadee? Can you see the goldfinch? Can you see the chickadee now? How about now? There it is. How long did it take you? Now I've stopped here because I like this to be one of my sit spots. A sit spot is a special place that you've identified in nature that speaks to you, whether it's under a beautiful large tree or near a creek like this one, or a place that you see lots of tracks. It's a place that you can come and always observe the same spot in different seasons. Even if you go once a week or once a month, keep your sit spot the same or have several. And it's so relaxing just to come on out and be at peace. I'm just going to put my microphone a little bit closer to the creek so you can hear it too. Now, a place like this is very important for wildlife, especially in wintertime. Having access to unfrozen water is really important. And this is groundwater seeping up from underground. Underground, it's always the same temperature, and so it's not frozen. This is a really important part of every habitat. All habitats need to have food, water, shelter, and space. Shelters are their drays, or their dens, or their nests. And space to move around, to lay tracks down, to find all of the other resources they need. Some of the vocabulary we've been using include gait, straddle, stride, track, and print. The gait is the way an animal moves forward. So rodents and rabbits and squirrels, they're hoppers. And foxes and coyotes, they're walkers. They walk in a straight line. But if you follow each print, it kind of has a back and forth pattern within that straight line. So they're called zigzaggers too. Now, the straddle between their prints is the width of the animal and the way in which they move. Now, the stride is the distance between each foot as they move forward. So if your parents take long strides with their feet, longer than yours, they have a long stride. Well, it's because they're taller than you. So the stride helps you figure it out as well. Now, tracks are a bunch of footprints together. I really hope that you're inspired to get outside and into nature. Visit any of the City of Barrie parks and green spaces in your community to look for wildlife. I've added a scavenger hunt and a tracking sheet to help you on your way. If you have any questions while you're out and about, join us Saturday the 27th at 10 a.m. through the barrielibrary.ca. Pre-registration is required, and we will be spending about 30 minutes talking together online about nature, and you can ask your questions. In the meantime, get out into nature and practice. Have fun and stay safe. And if you're looking for anything else to do in the month of February, check out barrie.ca/Hello Winter for more fun things to do.